Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamelia, and I'm delighted to be hosting this celebration as we launch Cantu Beauty UK's brand new skincare collection, Skin Therapy. Thank you for joining us to celebrate. Now, Cantu has always been known and loved as the leading textured hair care brand. So it's with a lot of excitement and anticipation that we see the brand move into a brand new category, body care. Now, during today's event, we'll learn all about Cantu's new skin therapy range, which consists of 6 stunning products infused with some of the natural ingredients that we've already come to know and love from Cantu. Ingredients like shea butter, coconut oil, and cocoa butter. Now, we're also going to hear from our incredible lineup of guests who'll be dispelling some of the common myths around caring for darker skin tones and their own personal skin stories. Now, first up, we have Nakia Bowman, Global Director of Cantu Beauty. Now, before hearing from Dija Ayodele, highly respected esthetician and Cantu's new skin expert. We'll also be joined by Marilyn Okoro, double Olympian and former Team GB British track and field star, and Lateef Saka, skincare content creator. Now, both Marilyn and Lateef star in a powerful video campaign produced by Cantu called My Skin, My Cantu. And you'll learn more about this later, and we might even have a little sneak peek for you. So now you know all about the guests. Let's get started. And we're going to speak to Nakia, who's going to be giving us some marketing insights. Hey, Nakia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the warm introduction, Jamelia. And may I say your skin is looking especially radiant today. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for having me here with you today. My name is Nakia Bowman, and I'm the Global Brand Director for Cantu Beauty. And I'm so excited to be here with you all to talk all things Cantu Skin Therapy. I have a deep passion for developing products that bring joy to people all over the world, and I'm honored to be leading a brand that anchors in high quality products for the unique needs of Black and Brown consumers. For those of you who may not be very familiar with Cantu, as Jamelia hinted to a little earlier, Cantu was born about 15 years ago when women with curlier hair textures recognized that there weren't a lot of hair care solutions out there, products made especially for them. And what makes Cantu really special is that we have a full range of products that work for all textured hair care types, and our products are highly accessible, both from a price point and a distribution perspective. We want our products to be available where you live, where you shop, and at a reasonable price point, because everyone should have access to beauty, right? Over the years, we focused our innovation on continuing to develop products that meet the needs of our consumers. And the brand has become quite successful at delivering on that promise. We're a leading brand in our category in the US, and we're also the #1 textured hair care brand in the UK, which is an amazing accomplishment. Thank you all for your ongoing support. So, why skincare? Well, developing our skincare range was a natural evolution and next step for us as a brand. Building on our platform of developing and delivering solutions to consumers that have unique needs extends beyond the hair. The skin has unique needs as well, right? I don't know about many of you out there, but I tend to have very dry skin. And it was always difficult to find that one solution that truly moisturized my skin, and with moisture that lasted all day without the need to constantly reapply. It used to take a combination of products to get the moisture I needed, maybe a lotion from this brand or an oil from the other brand. Sometimes I would even mix my own ingredients because that was just the only way that I could get a product that really worked for my skin. And our consumer research showed that I actually was not alone. There are many others out there with dry and very dry skin that have the same frustrations. And this is where we saw a need for a skincare range that was developed with warmer, melanin-rich, and drier skin types in mind, but also suitable for anyone and everyone. So we went into the lab, and Cantu Skin Therapy was born, featuring the top formats that are highly sought after by consumers: lotions, creams, butters, and oils. And I'm happy to walk you through the collection in more detail right now. So let's get started. I have all of the products here. We're going to start with the lotions. The lotions are really great for everyday use. They absorb really fast, so they're great for morning, night, whenever you want to use them. They're light. They're kind of the lighter product of the range, and they're just perfect for daily use when you just want some, basic, long-lasting moisturization, an easy addition to your beauty regimen to keep your skin moisturized and healthy. And the two lotions that we have are coconut oil and shea butter. And each one is blended with other naturally moisturizing ingredients like aloe, vitamin C and E, fruit extracts, just all that good stuff. And they also smell very amazing. Each scent is different and unique to the product, but they each have notes that evoke the hero ingredient that's featured. So you can't really go wrong with either. The lighter texture is really great and feels good on the skin, but it still provides moisture that lasts all day. These lotions are clinically proven to deliver moisture that lasts 24 hours. So you really can't go wrong with these lotions. Outside of maybe having to reapply after washing your hands, you can put these babies on and they will last you all day. So they are great. Let's get into our creams. So we have two creams in the line as well. We have a shea butter and a cocoa butter. I'll pull up the cocoa butter here. Now, these creams are very rich and thick and creamy. I don't know if you can see that, but these were developed to really give very dry skin the moisture that it needs. And it goes on nice and thick and rich and velvety. And these are amazing. You can use these for everyday use as well. Or if you just have like those specific dry areas, like maybe your elbows or your knees or your feet, these really go very well on those areas. You could also add them on top of your lotion if you need like an extra boost of moisture. Very customizable. You can use them however your skin needs its moisture. These are great. These are also clinically proven to last 24 hours. They're also blended with lots of additional butters and vitamins and fruit extracts. And they also smell great too. Each product, the cocoa butter, for example, has its own scent. And, the shea butter and the shea butter lotion also has complementary scents. So for example, if you are that type of person that wants a lotion and a cream and you want the fragrances to match, you can buy both that shea butter and that the shea butter lotion and the shea butter cream, and they work very nicely together. So the creams are great. I love these. I happen to have very dry skin. So these are really locking and sealing in that moisture because of that texture that we have in these. All four of the lotions, again, clinically proven to deliver 24-hour moisture. I say buy them all, try them all. You'll probably have trouble picking a favorite because they're just all amazing. And then finally, we have our raw blends. And these are really, really special. These guys are 100% natural, 100% pure, raw blends of just moisturizing ingredients and nothing more. No other additives, not even fragrance. These are fragrance free. They're so clean and natural that they can be used on your hair and your skin. And we're really proud to have these in the range because we wanted to have an all natural offering for our consumers that, maybe have sensitive skin or just want to put more natural products on their body. And we decided to blend 3 ingredients together versus just one to really give you that combination of triple moisture. And they melt very nicely within your hands, and they can be applied to your body, to your hair. My favorite ways of using them, I like to use them in the mornings after I've lotioned for the day. I use them at night straight out of the shower to just lock in that moisture because they are a great sealant. I use them on my hair to lock in moisture to my hair as well. Very multi-purpose, very multifunctional. And again, all natural, right? So you can't really go wrong with that. And the other thing I'll add is that these raw blends have organic ingredients too, which is also amazing. So we're really, really proud to have an all natural offering in the range as well, so that we have the needs covered for whatever you might have: lotion, cream, or natural butters and oils. And that's the range. The lotions and the creams and the raw blends are all available now. Every item in the line is cruelty free, vegan friendly, gluten free, free of harsh ingredients. So none of that bad stuff, just all that good butter, oil, and vitamins that you're really looking for in your skincare. And we formulated them all to work very well together. So you can try them all to find out what's that right mix for you and your skin type. It's just very customizable, which is really great. The packaging is beautiful, this rich brown tone with the gold foil. It looks very nice in your bedroom, your guest bathroom, makes a great gift to a friend or family member. I truly believe it's because we develop these products with our consumers in mind that they are really, really working. We launched them in the US and the reception has been extremely positive. We've gotten great feedback from consumers and retailers and influencers and beauty editors like yourselves around the formulas and the scents and the packaging and the proposition as a whole. Everyone is just loving them, and I'm really happy that we were able to develop a solution that not only works but brings joy to people to have in their regimen. And I just personally can't wait for each and every one of you to try them out for yourselves. I know that you will all be pleased, but if there are any additional questions that I can answer, please put them in the chat during the Q&A. I'm here all day, for the next hour, and I'll be happy to answer any additional questions that you have. So thank you. And with that, I'll kick it back over to Jamelia.
Nakia, thank you so much for that. It was so informative and I'm so excited about the range. Now, shortly, we're going to be starting a virtual roundtable discussion with all of the guests. But before we do that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dija Ayodele, who is the official Cantu skin expert for skin therapy. Dija, congratulations on your new appointment as Cantu skin expert.
Thank you very much, Jamelia. Thank you. Thank you for such a lovely introduction as well.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I mean, I'm sure it just comes with the job, but your skin, I'm obsessed. I'm just like, oh my gosh, is that real? Like, it's beautiful. But you're the expert. So there's a reason why you're here, obviously.
I try my best. I try my best.
Well, it's working. Now, obviously, we have some questions for you. As I said, congratulations. Can you tell us when you recognized you had a passion for skincare? And was it always something that you thought could be a career pathway for you?
Okay. Yes. I mean, since I was a child, I've always loved being involved in grooming and in beauty, and I've always enjoyed the sort of transformative and redemptive power of beauty, and it just fascinated me. I remember sort of being age 6 and sitting in my mum's dressing room and watching her get ready, and I just loved how she'd have that extra pep in her step. So I've always loved beauty, but it definitely wasn't a career. It wasn't something that I thought was a career. So I actually did the traditional. I went to university. I got a degree, and I did my postgraduates, and I actually used to work in banking, and then. But I always used to do beauty on the side. I always used to do beauty courses. There was a running joke that you'd open my drawer and it wouldn't be, papers and staples or whatever you'd find. You'd find like lipsticks and hand creams, lotions, and all that sort of stuff. Eventually, my boss actually said to me, "You've got to leave, not because we don't love you, but because this isn't what you want to do. And this isn't, and you're just wasting time here." I actually ended up doing her wedding makeup for her. That's how nice the whole thing was. But yeah, so then I went into, obviously, I developed it as a career after that.
No, that's incredible. Now, obviously, you are one of the top estheticians. It's such a hard word to say, but anyway,
I know, right? You can just say Esty. Just say Esty.
Oh, okay, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So obviously, you're one of the top Esties in the UK, and really the go-to when it comes to black skin. What are some of the misconceptions that you hear?
Oh gosh, there are many and so varied. I hear things from black skin being super sensitive, and that's why we get dark marks and hyperpigmentation so quickly. At the same time, I'll hear people say dark skin is super tough. You know, you can do whatever you want with black skin, and it's not nothing's going to happen. Yeah, you hear all the extremes. I hear things like black skin doesn't need sun protection. I hear things like certain ingredients aren't great for black skin, like whether it be glycolic acid or hydroquinone. Laser treatment isn't suitable for black skin. There are so many misconceptions, and I really make it part of my mission and drive to reduce the fear and anxiety that especially black women may have around beauty and advanced treatments, because there is something available for everyone regardless of their background.
Yeah, brilliant. And what's one thing that you wish you knew about caring for your skin when you were younger?
I think for me, I think I would have loved to know more, and for there to be more visibility around the differences in caring for my skin as a black woman, because there are some fundamental differences in different types of skin tones. So, for example, black skin doesn't hold as much moisture in the upper layers, and it's really difficult to sometimes get black skin hydrated. So when I I was born in Sierra Leone. So when I moved from Sierra Leone to London when I was 10, it would have been great for me to know that the weather was going to really affect my skin, because the cold weather and radiators, all of that is going to exacerbate dryness. And it's not that there was something wrong with me. It's just that was the physiological makeup and build up of my skin, because I have a darker skin tone. So I wish I knew that, because then I would have known more about moisturizing and the benefits of using certain types of moisturizers or layering my moisturizers and stuff like that. So I wish I knew that. But we know it now, and with the help of Cantu, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, especially about body skincare, and make that a thing of the past.
Change the game. I love it. So now we hear that the new skin therapy range was a big hit with the whole family. What are your personal favorites in the range?
Yeah. So everyone in my house, my husband, my daughter, everyone sort of just took something from the range for themselves. But personally, for me, I loved the coconut oil lotion. That was a hands down winner for me. It was easy to use. It's not cloying on the skin, had just the right consistency and the right texture. And for me, coconut are like holidays. So it was just very evocative of really lovely holidays in the Caribbean. So I like that. The cocoa butter raw blend was also great, because dry joints. I'm just going to say dry joints, and you always need a bit more for those areas. But yeah, those were my hands down favorites.
Brilliant. And obviously, what are you most excited about in your role as the Cantu skin expert?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm so honored. And I've always said that 2021, the category is body, literally the category is body this year. So I think that this range performs really, really well. It has a level of intentional thought that's gone into it. You can see that the team has really taken their time to formulate something that's going to work well for everyone. It's got fantastic delivery. It looks great. And just really sharing that message about taking care of yourself, especially for black skin. I mean, that's my North Star, making sure especially black women are educated and have access. That's the other thing, about access to great skincare. And the body is often just the forgotten cousin to the face. So for me, just being able to get that message out there that we need to look after all of our skin, face and body, top to toe, is going to be really exciting. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Dija, thank you so much. And congratulations again. I know the Cantu team are excited to welcome you to the family. And so am I. I feel like I'm part of the family now. I'm just inviting myself.
We're all
like that cousin
together.
that just invites yourself over.
It's all good. Thank you so much, Jamelia.
Thank you, Dija. Okay, so now we know the audience have been sending in their questions. And if you're joining us today and have any questions for Dija or Nakia about the skin therapy range, then please share them in the chat now. And we'll pull out a few of the popular ones. So drop your questions via the chat. Did we put that up there? Okay, I think we're going straight into the questions. Now, the first question we have is from Akuya Adam, who is a reporter and editor of Cocoa Woman magazine. And this one's for Dija. How can I get rid of dark spots and what causes hyperpigmentation?
Hi, thank you. That's a great question. So hyperpigmentation is one of the things that I get asked about a lot, especially in the clinical environment. And, it has so many causes. And I think one of the first things I always say is that to understand is that hyperpigmentation is always the result of something else. It never turns up on its own. So it always has a trigger, and finding the trigger is key because that's how you treat the resulting pigmentation that develops. So the trigger could be something like acne. It could be eczema. It could be repeated inflammatory habits. So things like rubbing your nose, for example, or rubbing your eyes a lot. Those are all trigger points for hyperpigmentation. It can also be systemic, meaning that it's the result of an internal disease, or maybe you're on medication. Hyperpigmentation can also be hormonal. So it could be because you're on birth control. It could be pregnancy, for example. And one of the other massive drivers of hyperpigmentation, of course, is sun damage. So you really need to look at the triggers before you can actually address it. Otherwise, you're going round in circles and literally just chasing your tail. So to get rid of dark spots, number one, I always say there is always something we can do about it, but there also needs to be a dose of realism, especially on dark skin and black skin as well, because the way our skin is set up and the way melanin is set up is that melanin is always in production. So you're never far off a dark mark because skin will have knocks and bumps every single day. So, but certainly a solid skincare regime where you have hyperpigmentation ingredients that even the skin tone, like kojic acid, arbutin, licorice extract, niacinamide, even your things like your retinoids, so your retinol, for example, those are all really helpful. And of course, without fail, sunscreen, because if you're not wearing sunscreen, the cycle of dark marks just keeps on going.
Oh, okay. Wow. Sorry, I just want to ask one question. Do you put sunscreen on your body? Would you?
Sunscreen on all exposed areas, yeah.
Really? Oh, you see, you learn something new
summer,
every day.
You in the summer you would wear more sunscreen than you would in the winter months.
Okay. Moving on. We've got another question from Tolu Ogoro, who is a hair architect and Cantu Curl Awards 2019 winner. Now she's asking Dija, how do I hydrate and moisturize really dried skin, full body, please? Feeling as though my skin is not as smooth or soft as it used to be. What steps should I take from cleansing to moisturizing? I'd like a routine to maintain, please. Wow, that's a big question.
It is a big question, but routines are my thing, so it's all good.
Okay.
Firstly, we want to exfoliate the skin. So whether you want to use a dry body brush, for example, before you jump into the shower, whether you want to use an exfoliating body wash, something like La Roche-Posay, maybe Effaclar, the micro peel gel would be really good, or maybe even Eucerin. Eucerin do a nice urea body wash. This is also good for enriching dry skin. So those are good options to check out. But also, whilst the skin is damp, you can apply a body hyaluronic acid. Now, hyaluronic acid helps the body to retain moisture. So I really like the Chemistry brand. They have a hyaluronic acid concentrate that's for the body. So it's a bit like a gel. And you put that on, and then you would layer over it your lotion. So when I use that, for example, I will layer over it my Cantu coconut oil lotion, and then I'll put my raw blend, the cocoa one, on where I feel I need it. But also what you can do to, because, hot girl summer's not far now. So what you can do is also, you can include things like alpha hydroxy acids, like glycolic acid, for example, or lactic acid into your body skincare. So there's one called Neostrata Lotion Plus. You can put them on just troublesome spots and then put your butter blend over it if you wanted. There's also another brand called Amylactin, which is more of a lactic acid based moisturizers. You can also use that on trouble spots, maybe back of thighs and back of the arms where it can sometimes feel a bit rough. You can do that, and then you can put your your raw blend over that to just lock in that goodness and moisture that you're putting into the skin to help the skin get softer, smoother, and more supple as well.
Love it. I feel like I should have bought my notebook because there's so much great advice. I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
all about
okay.
knowledge. All about knowledge.
No, I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have another question from Jemima Cousins, and she's from Spell Magazine, and she asks, Dija, skin butters can sometimes be too heavy for summer. What advice do you have for keeping skin highly hydrated without coating it in heavy products?
Okay. I mean, I think first off, I have to say that and commend Cantu for the formulations that have been put together. They're not heavy at all. And I can easily see myself using some of the body butters, maybe just on my legs or my limbs, in the summer
Mm,
months, especially for that nice sort of glistening, sort of, rich look. So I can
yes.
see doing that. But also, you can just use the lotions because in the summer you can switch to much more lightweight textures that absorb into the skin quicker. So we already have
Mm,
the lotion and we also have the cream. So you can use those as your options instead. Always make sure that you put your moisturizer on straight after you shower so that the skin is still damp. If you need an extra boost, then obviously use a hyaluronic acid as well. But what I think and what I love about this particular range is that I don't feel I can't use it all year round. So I
brilliant.
think that's a good plus
Oh,
point.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sold. I'm so sold. Jasmine has a question. Jasmine Greaves, she's a style influencer. She's asking Nakia, what's the secret to glowing skin and what inspired this range?
Oh, that's a great question, Jasmine. Um, I think there's two secrets. The first, unfortunately, is unavoidable. I think it starts from within. A great diet, staying hydrated, taking care of your body will just translate to great skin. The skin is the largest organ, and it needs to be fed nutrients just like other parts of your body. So it really does start with what you put in your body. But for what you put outside your body, I would say having a really nice, consistent moisturizing routine is going to help you. And the great thing about these products that we've developed with the Cantu Skin Therapy range is that we've given you all the tools that you need to have a very easy, simple, cost-effective skincare regimen that will get you that healthy, glowing skin that you're looking for, whether you're using the lotions, the creams, the raw blends, or some combination. I like to moisturize twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. If you at least moisturize every day, you'll get there. Twice a day is even better. But I think those are the two secrets: making sure you're taking care of your body inside with what you feed it and drinking your water, and then also just maintaining a skincare regimen that keeps your skin moisturized. And you'll get there. You'll be glowing in no time.
She also asked what inspired the range.
Oh, she did. Yeah, Jasmine, I think it was really around having this need for having a skincare regimen that will get you the moisture and the radiance that you're looking for in an easy
Mm,
solution, right? So we've taken the guesswork out of it for you. We've formulated these products to blend with all of these great ingredients so that, you can use one product if you want, or just a couple products in the range and they work well together. We saw a gap in the market, both in the US and the UK, for a product line that actually delivered on moisture that lasts at an affordable and accessible price point without having to mix the ingredients yourself in your kitchen. So it's got all those natural ingredients in it. It's going to give you that moisture that you want. We have the different types that you need depending on your normal dry or very dry skin, or skin areas or problem areas, and it's right there for you. So that really did inspire the range. Similar to what we do in hair care, we like to make the solutions easier for you and give you all the tools that you need to take care of yourself.
oh, I can't tell you how excited I am about the range. I'm one of these kitchen cosmetologists, but I'm a reluctant one. I don't enjoy doing it, but precisely for that reason, I just feel like I have to do it because it's not out there. And now you guys have provided it. So I'm excited. Anyway, you didn't ask for my opinion, but I'm just going to give it anyway. But we have.
We love your opinion.
So we have another question from Jayan Lopez. Hi, Jayan, from Culture. And she's asking Nakia, she's saying, I'm keen to hear about the ingredients of these products and why they are so good for warmer skin.
Yeah, that's a great question. We wanted to pack in as many naturally moisturizing ingredients as we could into these products. Ingredients that are already well known and well established for being effective and working for all skin types, but especially for warmer and melanin rich skin types. So the shea butter, the cocoa butter, the mango butter. The products have those, and then blended with some oils, coconut oil, blended with extracts, aloe, vitamin C and E. All of these ingredients are nutrient rich in antioxidants, and are just well known to naturally improve the health of the skin by really giving you the moisture that you need. So it's really that simple. We just wanted to put in the things that recognize, and you like using on your skin, but packing it all in so that it's very moisturizing without the need to have to go find other solutions to combine.
Yes. Okay. So we have another question from Irene Shelley of Black Beauty and Hair magazine, and she's asking Dija, summer is around the corner and more of our bodies are going to be on show. How do we get rid of darker areas of pigmentation, knees, elbows, underarms, etc.?
Okay, that is a great question, actually. It's a very popular question as well. I think firstly, knees, elbows, knuckles, underarms, they're always going to have deeper deposits of melanin simply because those are what we call high friction areas. And the high friction doesn't have to be just where the skin is rubbing against something else. It could be just because of the movement. Obviously, underarms are high friction because people tend to shave a lot. So that's the reason why you can get the dark marks, and especially if you get ingrowing hairs as well, that can also cause dark marks. But because, again, the way the skin is set up, especially on darker skin tones, I think there's always needs to be a little bit of realism to manage expectations with that, because you're always going to have these slightly darker areas. Exfoliation is always a good place to start because old skin cells tend to hold on to pigment a lot more. So if you can get rid of the old skin cells, then you're also going to help to start just refreshing the skin and rejuvenating the skin as well. Obviously, you can also include alpha hydroxy acids into your skincare. So whether that be your glycolic acid, which is perfectly safe and fine for black skin. So let's just squash that myth out there right now. Also things like lactic acid, for example, azelaic acid, you can also use those. You can also now, because body is becoming a big deal, you can also get retinol based body lotions, which will again help to rejuvenate the skin and help to fade these dark areas. I don't think you're ever going to fade these areas completely to blend in with the majority of your skin tone, but you're going to improve the appearance of them. That's what you're going to do. And also sunscreen is one of the easiest and cheapest ways you can avoid these sort of darker areas on the skin.
Thank you. Okay, so we've got time for one more question, and this one's anonymous. This is for Dija. Can you offer any other health or wellness tips to maintain balanced, healthy skin?
Okay. Like Nakia alluded to before, lifestyle will play a big role. So what you're eating, a good colorful diet, stay hydrated, manage your stress levels. I think obviously stress, we've all been in a pandemic, and stress is we're just functioning on a higher stress plane at the moment. But managing your stress level, being aware of your triggers as well, which really means taking good account of your skin, and that can be over a 2 to 3 month period, really looking at your skin, what triggers it, and when is it certain things you eat, is it when you're even more stressed, really looking at those triggers as well. But also we have to manage expectations, because skin is supposed to have texture. Skin is going to get occasional spots, and those black marks or darker marks are going to come on the skin. And so long as you have a solid skincare regime, you're going to be able to tackle them without much sweat. And finally, I think always make sure you seek bespoke professional advice for your own skin. I think where we have the internet and we have social, there's so much information out there, and I always see a lot of confusion from people. It's like, okay, what should I be doing? X said that, Y said that, Z said that, you know. And I always say, if you had a problem with your heart, you'd go and see a cardiologist. If you broke your leg, you go see an orthopedic surgeon. If you have problems or concerns about your skin, go and see an esthetician or an aesthetic doctor or somebody who will be able to give you good advice specific to you. And I think that's one of the best investments and things you could do for your skin to maintain health and balance.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dija. Thank you, Nakia. And big thanks to you at home. So many great questions. Now, as we start to close, to coincide with the launch of Skin Therapy, Cantu Beauty have produced a beautiful and insightful video campaign called My Skin, My Cantu, which sets out to explore some of the deeper conversations we're having in society about skin and representation. Now, we're going to give you an exclusive teaser of the campaign, which features a range of faces you'll recognize that have generously shared their journey on learning to love and embrace the skin they're in. But before that, I'd like to bring Marilyn Okoro and Lateef Saka onto the stage to join the conversation. Now, both are featured in Cantu's Skin Therapy My Skin, My Cantu campaign. And alongside a handful of other experts, entertainers, and creators, they've shared their stories of how they've literally come to love the skin they're in. Marilyn and Lateef, welcome. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
Happy to be at the party. Hi.
Yes. Hi, how are you? All I can see is I'm just like, skin.
You're glowing, girl. You glow.
Honestly, your skin is everything right now.
Stop it. I can say the same to everybody else. Like, it's a skin party. I'm loving it. Okay.
Listen.
I'm doing too much chatting. Let's move on. Okay. So, Marilyn, what are some of the factors that led you to want to be a part of the Cantu My Skin, My Cantu campaign?
I mean, it's Cantu. Did you see the product?
I
know. No, it's so much. So I guess if I start from the athlete, as an athlete perspective, I always knew I was ready to rock and roll. And, you know, the fans could tell I was ready to rock and roll in 4 ways. My hair was did, my nails were did, my muscles, my skin. Okay. And I learned very early that my superpower was my skin. So it glowed. I know I've got, you know, my makeup done. I tried my very best. I didn't have my glam squad today that we did at the campaign.
We can see the glow. We can see the glow.
I didn't always wear makeup as an athlete. So, you know, it was lovely that just, you know, as long as I was moisturized, my skin would glow and I would be confident. I always got a lot of compliments about that. So that really, you know, helped me deliver my performance on the day. And also just moving on as a life coach now, I am the Champion You life coach, and I want to take, you know, visibility really seriously. So a lot of the clients I work with, often not exclusive to, but predominantly women and also young girls that I mentor, you know, that visibility is so important, but I'm taking them on a journey of self-awareness. And that's what sport did for me. You know, sport has the power to change the world, and I really understand that platform. So being a part of this and being able to have that visibility and representation from the sporting sector, it was a no-brainer.
Of course. Lateef, now you are an important voice within the black male grooming. Oh my gosh. Black male grooming and skin influencer space. By the way, I was binge watching your videos last night because I was just like, I watched one and then I went on to another and then I went on to another. Brilliant channel. Anyway, do you feel like men are becoming more and more invested in skincare routines compared to, say, 10 or 15 years ago? We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think it's a really interesting conversation. I think, you know, when you think about 10, 15 years ago, especially when you're talking about black men, to a certain extent, there was a kind of focus on skincare. It may have been very basic in the sense that, like, look, you know, you need to at least kind of moisturize and cleanse. But I think as we've kind of gone through the years, people are actually talking about their issues. So most common issues, like hyperpigmentation, ingrown hairs, which, if you have a beard, anyone will know that this is like such a big headache to deal with. And you are starting to see people have more of those conversations. But I think what's really been the kind of catalyst and change in the conversation specifically for men is that there's now more representation in the beauty industry in terms of how products are marketed, in terms of representation, in terms of just, having a conversation and making sure that men feel included. So when I think about myself, quite often when, I was going through issues with ingrown hairs or hyperpigmentation, of course, I know skin is binary. But when you do not see someone who looks like you, who's the same gender as you, it's quite confusing because you are then kind of stuck in this, like, is it for me? Is it not for me? Will people judge me if I had this kind of conversation? And I think we've now moved where people are having open dialogue. And, social media has been great for that, because even if you can't get it through mainstream media, you can still get it through, these new innovative channels, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. And, it's really inspiring a conversation. So when I do have loads of conversations with men, I've realized that it's not that they're now interested and they wasn't before. It's that they just didn't have anyone to talk to, or they didn't have anyone who they felt represented them.
Of course. But you're out here providing the representation. We love it. Love to see it.
Trying where I can.
So can you both talk to us about your experience of taking part in the My Skin, My Cantu campaign, and what the atmosphere was like on set, and what do you want people to take away from your personal stories?
So I go first, I'll kick us off. It was an incredible shoot to be a part of. Just so much empowerment. I think personally for me, I've done various campaigns and shoots as an athlete and often gone and, the artist doing your hair or your makeup didn't really know what to do for black hair or black skin. So it was just nice that I could just sit in that chair. You must know, Jamelia, you must know.
Yes,
to just sit in that chair and be like, and they made me look amazing. Hopefully you guys will agree. I don't care if you don't. I look amazing. Yes, I also smell amazing. And also, there was some incredible, powerful women that I just loved to bits. But then Lateef walked in and he was like the, Prince of Zamunda with his lovely hair and just glowing. We just had a ball and it was just such a confidence boost. But I'm just so excited for people to see it and to go and get their products. For me, as an athlete traveling around, I've not always been able to have those products accessible. So, I'm just excited. I'm a bit gutted I'm not still competing, because I'll pull that out on the track. But, it might be a little gift to my mentees now. But it's a powerful message. And I just hope for my particular love story that, just letting women and girls to let that black girl magic shine, because that's all I did.
Yes. Lateef?
You know what? I'm going to piggyback off everything Marilyn has said. Like, genuinely, it was just such good vibes, good energy, had a bit of a laugh. Again, saw all these like kind of powerful women that were comfortable in their skin, that were happy to share their experience. I came in and, one thing I will say is that I had like a massive hair issue. And just being confident that I was surrounded by people who knew how to do my hair, who knew like to actually give me advice, which I've actually used following that.
Yes.
And just being able to, share my story. As I said, it's not often that you do see black men in these spaces. So I felt like that was a really good thing. And that's why I was really, wanted to be in part of it. And I was intrinsically motivated to actually, be like, hey, here's my story. And, it was great to try out the products and, just put it on. And honestly, my skin was shining. It wasn't even just because of the lights. It was just naturally glowing. So
wait till you see him. Wait till you see him.
Honestly, I was feeling myself like unbelievably.
Yes,
I
right.
was like, is that you? I'm like, is that you? I was like, okay, it's me. But, it was just pure vibes. And I think that's what you should always have. You should always feel comfortable on a set with any product, with anything you're doing. And I definitely had that experience.
Yes. Oh, it sounds absolutely amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for the insightful conversation. And I think it's time to see you guys glow on screen. So we're going to take a sneak peek of the My Skin, My Cantu campaign now.
When I first started out as a young athlete, I didn't see any of the girls that looked like me.
Growing up, I never saw images of myself in an aspirational, luxurious way.
When we're talking about skincare, we are often kind of underrepresented.
Most of my family have a darker complexion like myself.
Dark skin is beautiful.
They've always shown me confidence. I've just embraced who I am.
Growing up, it was really difficult to be the black one.
I think for me, one of my challenges was I was actually born with a birthmark on my leg.
I thought of my skin as a curse.
And I used to spend time trying to scrub this birthmark away. I've just grown to love it and just embrace what you have.
The best advice I've been given about caring for my skin has come from my Trinidadian mum, which is moisturize, 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 and then moisturize.
My parents would always make sure I had the shiny face and shiny arms when going to school.
It wasn't a debate. I always had to moisturize my skin.
Our skin loves it.
Wow, what would I say to my younger self?
Be proud, hold your head up high.
Your skin is powerful and it has a history behind it.
And it's important to celebrate yourself and champion you.
Takes a little time, but once you come to that place, there's nothing like it.
Look at me now.
Every night I have a Mariah Carey bath with full candles.
Put on some music.
It smells so good.
That 20 minutes of rubbing my body down, look at ourselves from all angles, see what we're working with, jiggle it a little bit, do what you want.
I want to eat it.
If I was to describe my skin in 3 words, it would have to be strong,
Chocolate,
Hydrated,
fun,
Juicy,
desirable. Sorry, that was really cheeky.
Hot.
Wow. What did you guys think of that? I could just feel the vibes coming through the camera. Like, yes. Powerful stuff. And
Did you guys just see how everyone was glowing?
Actually glowing though, like actual glow. But it was natural. It was like, this is just me. I woke up like this. Beautiful. Sorry.
It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, truly like powerful stuff. And we're so excited to see how this campaign sparks some much needed positive stories around the way we feel about our skin. Well, our virtual celebration of Cantu Skin Therapy has unfortunately come to a close. Thank you all for joining us. And extra thanks to our wonderful, incredible, glowing panel, which includes Nikia Bowman, Dija Ayodele, Lateef Saka, and Marilyn Okoro. And of course, thank you from me. I've loved being your host this afternoon. Now, to learn more about the gorgeous new skin therapy range, please visit www.cantubeauty.co.uk or follow us on Instagram at Cantu Beauty UK. And if you have any further questions about Cantu Skin Therapy or require any press materials, please drop the Cantu team an email and they will accommodate your request. I'm going to take that down too because I've got some questions as well. I want to know when could we get it? Like I've got a lot of questions. Anyway, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Mwah.